Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and Smoke Rings. Good to have you on the program. Today we are continuing with Necrosis. No, it's Necrophosis. Fear of the dead, I guess. Necrophosis. We started that last week, but I had an internet outage in the middle of my broadcast last week, so we only got to stream for 3 hours, and I didn't get to finish the game. So we're going to continue with it today because I was enjoying it. It was a nice sort of chill game to play with lots of really interesting art. And I kind of want to see where it goes. So that's the plan for today. More Necrophosis. It's good to see you all. I've been busy. I published a new lore video this morning. The full story of Vault 63. That's right. It's been a long time coming. I know many of you have been asking for it for a long time. It's oddly enough, it's been one of the most commented comments on all my other lore videos is, when will we get a full story of Vault 63? Well, there you go. It's done. I published it this morning, a good 40-minute long lore video. I tried to cover as much as I could. I didn't want to read absolutely every scrap of text that was inside Vault 63 because so much of it is just not related to the story at all. It's unrelated and out of context, doesn't make a lot of sense. So I left that in the live stream. If you're looking for absolutely everything, go back in time a couple of years and watch my live stream of Skyline Valley. Because I did read everything, absolutely everything during that broadcast. But for the lore video, I condensed it. I just wanted to tell the story of Vault 63 as thoroughly as possible, but as concisely as possible as well. And out of that, we got a good 40-minute long lore video, and I think I covered everything. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hard at work on a new lore video. Going to be working on that all the rest of this weekend and next week. So stay tuned for that. But for tonight, it's you and me. And Scotch and Smoke Rings. It's time to drink a little Scotch and blow a few smoke rings. Today I am drinking some 12-year-old Glenlivet. Cheers. Ah, that's good. Greg Hinojos gifted 5 Oxhorn memberships to the community. Thank you so much, Greg. Congratulations to Junior Rosales, Deberia Sarister Studios 98. I'm not even going to try to read that. Thank you. Bear Claw, Tata Gemini, and Referfer. And I'm also drinking some rum and coke. Got to keep that whistle wet. We're live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube today. Good to see Awesome Red Eye and Josh Bunton on Twitch today. And of course, wonderful to see all of the regulars, members, and Patreon supporters on YouTube today. Automatic Beats, Craig Euler, Algie Pormo, Pickles the Junkyard Cat, Brandon Beltfed, Tony J, Wyoming Homesteader, I Draw Toothpicks, Greg Hinojos, and Jocelyn Ryan. It's so good to see you all. So, before I dive into all of your wonderful, wonderful comments, theme of the day, what are some lore questions you've been wanting answered for a long time? What's something about Fallout lore, the world, the world building, the universe that you've always wondered about but has never been adequately answered in the game? In general, are there any topics for lore videos that you think you would love to see, you haven't seen, and you would like to see? That's what we're going to be talking about today, so send me your comments and questions into the chat. Also, I do have one new prop to go through. It's an atomic blast lamp, an official Fallout prop, atomic blast lamp. It just came in. I'm really excited about this. Let's open it up and see if it's everything we hoped it would be. Oh, okay. It's a giant piece of cauliflower. Well, everyone needs their fruit and veg. Ah, here we go. Okay. It's not a giant piece of cauliflower. It's much more interesting. Pardon me. Okay. Well, there we go. So that's the atomic blast lamp. Oh, is it battery powered? Oh. I don't have any batteries queued up. I assumed it was USB powered. I was going to plug it into my computer. Oh, come on. See that? It's got a teeny tiny little screw there, keeping the battery plate closed. So I have to go and find my teeny tiny screwdriver. Well, doggone it. I wanted to light it up, but sadly, they're making it difficult for me. Gotta find batteries, and I gotta find a screwdriver. But there it is. That is the atomic blast lamp. It has a button that says, do not push. Because I guess by pushing this button, you are causing a nuclear detonation. But there it is. It's big. Like, it's big. It's pretty hefty. It's way bigger than I expected it to be. Like, this would be a prominent piece on display on your nightside table. I guess I'm bummed that it's just battery operated, because the batteries will eventually die. I mean, surely it won't die immediately. Like, it'll probably take a long time, but if you really wanted it to be a good nightstand lamp, you'd kind of want to plug it in so that it was always on. But apparently that's not what its design was. Tony J says, I thought you hated fruit, Ox. I don't hate fruit. I loathe fruit. Not all fruits. There are some that are okay. Apples, for example, are okay. They're an acceptable fruit. Watermelon, in the summer, in small amounts, okay. Okay. Any other fruit? No. Just, they shouldn't exist. All right, there you go. It's also kind of soft. I like the way it feels. It feels kind of soft. Do not push. Ah. Well, I wanted to light it up. Sorry. Gonna make me go look for a teeny tiny screwdriver. Well, let's dive into your comments, everybody. Thanks again to Greg Hinojos, gifted another 5 Oxhorn memberships. Congratulations to Chase Security Guy, Alexiorto Man, Jayoshki, Nefer866, Riddler, and Riddler39. Thank you again, Greg Hinojos. That's awesome. Jocelyn Ryan, a gold Ox and a member for 68 months, says, hey, Ox and chat, sorry we've been quiet, but I just got the news. I'm officially cancer-free right now. We'll be back to normal here soon. The new lore vid has been nice to listen to while recovering. Jocelyn Ryan, congratulations. That's amazing news. Sorry to hear that you're going through that struggle, but it sounds like you're out on the other end. Cancer-free, the traveling Ryans. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, for keeping us up to date. Brandon Beltfed says, to no one specific, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. What do you call a cow with 2 legs? Your mom. Oh, cheers all, says Brandon Beltfed. To no one specific. Thank you very much, Brandon Beltfed. What about mute fruit, says Hybrid Moments. I mean, look, beggars can't be choosers. In a post-apocalyptic situation, I would, of course, eat what I needed to survive. But we are not in a post-apocalyptic situation right now, and I don't like fruit, with the exception of apples. The most serious avocado on Twitch says, Ox, you'd better be getting money from these. I mean, I really don't. Like, Bethesda doesn't pay me to promote their props. I show it off because I like them, and I kind of want to do an unboxing. And I've got too many of them. Like, my office is too full of Fallout props, so I should really stop. Someone needs to take away my credit card. Is what happens. Needs to happen. Cheers, everybody. Forgot Scotch and smoke rings. So, theme of the day is a lore question that you've never heard answered that you really want to have answered. And awesome Red Eye on Twitch says, an explanation for the serum or drug that the ghoul uses to keep from going feral in the show. It doesn't show up in any of the games. The ghoul's feral drug. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't, and it is a little bit of a retcon. Another interesting thing, similar to that, is that in the Going Ghoul update for Fallout 76, or the Ghoul Within, that's what it's called, the Ghoul Within update for Fallout 76, they have a similar drug called the Fix. That's unexplained, that they just give you, and it's a chem that you can't craft. And once you're out, you're out. And it prevents you from going feral, but you can't ever find it again. And instead, you have to take other chems. And in Fallout 76, the gameplay mechanic is that taking any chem will reduce your feral meter. So that has implications as well. Does that mean that canonically any drug can keep you from going feral? That all ghouls need to be junkies to keep from going feral? That feral ghouls are the ones who are sober? Is that what we're supposed to gather from the gameplay of Fallout 76? Or is it just a gameplay mechanic and we shouldn't take any lore considerations from it? With that in mind, I suppose we could assume that whatever drug the ghoul is using is some sort of cocktail of drugs that he learned about, maybe when he visited West Virginia, because we know he went to West Virginia. But you're right, it would be great if they did an explanation on that at some point. Greg Hinojos says, why did the football coach go to the bank? He wanted to get his quarterback. No, it's good. It's good. Thank you, Greg. He wanted to get his quarterback. Mr. Jocked says, good morning all from Bonnie, Scotland. Good morning, Mr. Jocked. Good to know that people are watching me all over the globe right now. Wandering Paladin says, hey Ox, I enjoyed the Vault 63 video today. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. Lots more to come. Jocelyn Ryan says, oh, the image of all ghouls walking about looking for their next fix to keep from going feral. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I just didn't want to be a ghoul in Fallout 76. Because you just gotta be constantly taking drugs. It seems like a really cumbersome gameplay experience. Interesting, no doubt. Like, I could imagine, like, if I was really into the gameplay of Fallout 76, then maybe I would find it interesting to have a side character who was a junkie and a ghoul, and the interesting part of that character would be the challenge of constantly keeping my bag full of chems and keeping from going feral and all of that. I just don't want the hassle. I just didn't want the hassle of it. Stephen Jacobs says, hey Ox, what's your favorite gun in any Fallout? Oh, that's tough. I really like the lever-action rifle from Far Harbor in Fallout 4. I like Thump Thump from Fallout New Vegas. I like the alien weapons from the Mothership Zeta DLC of Fallout 3. I really wanted to get into the lever-action rifle of the Point Lookout DLC, but it just doesn't have the same feel as the one from Fallout 4, so I didn't get that into it. Yeah. Those are my go-to weapons in the games. Well, I mean, Thump Thump was a bit of a side weapon. I enjoyed the what was it called? God, I forget the name of it. It was basically just a rifle. It wasn't the survivalist rifle. I did use the survivalist rifle a lot, and I enjoyed the lore behind the bent forward sight on the gun. Really interesting weapon. But ultimately, it was just a carbine, and I didn't really want to use that. A medicine stick, that's what it is. Yeah, it was the medicine stick in Fallout New Vegas that I really enjoyed. Liar Bird says, I've been watching your content for decades without donating a cent. Why don't we fix that real quick? Is there a proper way to recommend games? Well, thank you, Liar Bird. That's extremely kind. You know what? No one ever has to donate any money. My content is free forever, no questions asked. But you know what? I deeply appreciate everyone who stops by to throw a little coffee money my way during my live streams. In terms of recommending games, there's no right way or wrong way. I have a huge list of games that you all have recommended to me. The only reason we're playing this one is because it was on that list and I stumbled upon it when I was looking for a new game to play last week. So I keep the list on this computer and I go through it periodically. If you want to add a game to the list, if you have another game recommendation that you think would fit the format of this show, just let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll see it and add it to the list. Starstruck says, will you ever go live and play Fallout 76 again? Maybe. I went live and played Fallout 76 when Burning Springs came out. I did the entire DLC live on camera before I released a review of the DLC. And, that's probably what it's going to take for me to live stream myself playing Fallout 76 again. Another big update for the game. Mockingbird says, so we're talking about Fallout. We are, but not exclusively. It's, there's no hard, fast rules to the show. You can talk about whatever you want, really, with the exception of religion and politics. Religion and politics? No. Anything else? Yes. So those are the only rules. Yeah, talk about whatever else you want, but the primary topical focus of the show is Fallout. That's my area of expertise, so to speak. Red Eye says, I love Randall's story. Yeah, Randall Clark's story from Honest Hearts is one of the best stories in the entire franchise. It's one of the best pieces of environmental storytelling tied in with amazing loot that Fallout has ever produced. So excellent job. They did an excellent job. I may not have used the survivalist rifle for very long, but I did use Randall Clark's armor even into the end game, right up until the Lonesome Road. I didn't start replacing Randall Clark's armor until I started Lonesome Road. It was then that the riot gear started to become better than it, but I used Randall Clark's armor all the way through Dead Money, Honest Hearts, and Old World Blues. Ned Carlsberg says, have there ever been any instances where a specific chapter of the Enclave or someone affiliated with the Enclave that has done some good to the Wasteland? The only thing that I can think of is maybe the Enclave remnants. And even then, it's really based upon the Courier's choices. It's possible for the Enclave remnants to aid the NCR at the last battle for Hoover Dam, or fight for an independent New Vegas. And if that were to happen, then you could say that someone affiliated with the Enclave did some good in this world. Now, we also have to remember, and this is something that Arcade Gannon makes clear to us, that the individual people in the Enclave were mostly normal people. It was the decision makers and the leadership and the faction as a whole that did great evil on the planet, but the everyday soldiers and scientists were just living their lives as part of their government. They thought that the Enclave was their nation. That's what Arcade Ganon's father thought. That's what the Enclave remnants thought. And they're all normal people, some of whom were good and some of whom were bad. Cannibal Johnson, for example, was good. The other guy, the bitter guy, the heavy weapons specialist, oh man, I'm forgetting his name. He was rather bad. So, on a personal level, everyone is going to be a little different. On that note, there was the guy who showed up during the Fallout show, Wildzig, who was an Enclave member and did good. He retrieved Cold Fusion from the Enclave to give to the NCR. Now, the NCR still doesn't have it, so did he really ultimately do good? No, he tried. He tried. Brother Mike says, getting packed for the Wasteland Jamboree. Do you think you'll ever go to a Fallout fan celebration down the line? You're the best to ever do it, Ox. Maybe. On one hand, part of me is casually interested in going to a fan celebration or a fan get-together in celebration of Fallout. On the other hand, it's a lot of work and a lot of effort, and I'm kind of stuck here being a single father for several more years, and it's very, very difficult for me to get away. So maybe someday, but probably not in the near future. Greg Hinojo says, what's your favorite political religion in Fallout? I said no politics, no religion. Unless, of course, it's related to Fallout. Followers of the Apocalypse, there you go. Are they a political religion? I don't know. Kind of, maybe. I guess I would choose them. Jewick Box Newbie says, favorite power armor in Fallout 4, personally minus the T-45. Also, why can't we have a Deathclaw companion or a Gator Claw? I really love the T-45 until they introduced the T-60, and then the T-60 became my favorite power armor. But yeah, the T-45 is just beautiful. It's a beautiful suit of power armor. And my assumption is that neither Deathclaws nor Gator Claws can be tamed. That's probably why we can't have them as pets. Colonel 87th says, this is my weekly tribute. Play on, good sir. Thank you, Colonel 87th. Play on, my friend. Roman Granados is here on Facebook. Good to see you, Roman. ALG says, me and my girlfriend are always here on Thursdays, ready to watch Bong in hand, even if it means staying up till 3 a.m. Lol, love your vids, Ox. Keep up the amazing content. Thank you, ALG and girlfriend. Have a chill night tonight. Hope you guys have a wonderful time. Blue Thunder says, yo, Ox, how you doing? I found another detective game for you. If you're interested, it's called Mouse Hire of PI? Mouse PI for hire. That makes more sense. PI for hire. Not mouse hire for PI. Okay. Oh, got you. I see what it is. Okay, so it's imitating a lot of the black and white animation from Disney's Foundation. Released April 16th to overwhelmingly positive reviews. Wow. Looks cool. Maybe I'll have to check it out. Thank you. Steven Zalambo says, have you ever dabbled into Japanese whiskey? I really haven't. I've stuck mainly with Scotch. Every now and then I'll try a new bourbon, which is a Kentucky American whiskey, but I've never really gotten into Japanese whiskeys. I'm sure they're amazing, but either I just haven't found any or they're not stocked where I live. So yeah, I haven't tried a lot of Japanese whiskeys. Brother Mike says, call me crazy, but Fallout 3 had the best DLCs in my opinion. Fallout 3 had some great DLCs. Fallout New Vegas had some great DLCs. Fallout 4's DLCs were hit and miss. Overall, I would say they're disappointing compared to Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas' DLCs, mainly because we really only got 2 of them. I mean, the Automatron DLC did have some story. It did have 1 new workshop. It did include robot building, but it was so short that it didn't really count as a DLC. It didn't give us a brand new location to discover. Far Harbor and Nuka World were both expansive and huge. And I guess I can understand why in 2016, they only released those 2 due to the amount of work that must have went into each of them. But, the 5 different DLCs that we got for Fallout 3, each of which had a brand new location, each of which had tons of new gear and a brand new story. The 5 or so DLCs we got for Fallout New Vegas, the same. It just felt like we kind of got ripped off a little bit with Fallout 4. But I imagine the answer is that it was just much more difficult and complicated to build those 2 DLCs, in particular Nuka World, which I think was probably, from a technical standpoint, very difficult to complete. Vince M says, greetings, Ox. How you and the family are well. Got a dad joke for you tonight. A friend of mine said he doesn't understand cloning. I told him, that makes 2 of us. Cheers. Thank you, Vince M. Lovely dad joke there. Stephen Quinn says, hey, Ox, hey there, Oxhorn. Have you thought about playing the Mafia game or the earlier Assassin's Creed games? Yeah, I have thought about playing the Mafia games. I had the Mafia games recommended to me a while ago. And then, I had them high on the list. I was going to go play them. And then the developers behind Mafia reached out to me and they wanted to sponsor me to play some of the remasters of their Mafia games or something like that. And, we never signed any papers, but we got really far in the negotiation. And then all of a sudden they just went radio silent. And I'm sitting there just, pinging them back. I'm trying to, get to the bottom of it. And then they finally came back and said, oh yeah, we're no longer interested. And that pissed me off, man. That just pissed me off. I really wanted to get into it and play it and all of that. And then for them to kind of string me along and then just ghost me for a while. No, I'm not playing any Mafia games on this channel for that reason alone. I'm sure they're amazing games, but they pissed me off. So I'm not doing it. As for Assassin's Creed, I really loved Odyssey. Perhaps I'll explore some of the earlier titles at some time. But right now I'm focusing on the lore videos and less on the live streams. Dark Lord Gaming says, hi, everyone. Hey there, Dark Lord Gaming. It's good to see you. Royal Nugget says, I'm watching your Fallout 4 playlist right now on lore. Crazy, I see you live at the same time. Was like, why does this guy sound familiar, lol? There you go. Yep, I'm the same guy. I did the lore videos you're watching on Fallout 4. Deuteronomous says, okay, so here's an idea for a video that would get lots of clicks. The story of every vault in Fallout. One long video with 3-minute overviews of each vault with links to your full vids. Now, that is a good idea, and it's actually something I've had on my list to do for a really long time. And I've avoided doing it until now because every year we get a new vault with the Fallout show. Had I done that video last year, then I would have missed Vault 24. I would have missed Site X and the Vault for Managers, and I would have had to have redone the video. Now, I suppose that could be tackled by recreating the video every time a new vault is released for Fallout. But anytime you do a video that's a comprehensive overview of like every X in Fallout, then anytime there's a new update to Fallout, you got to redo the video because it no longer encapsulates everything. So, yeah, it's something I've considered doing. It's been on my list of things to do. Other YouTubers have already done that, and do I really want to retread that ground? Especially since I've already done individual comprehensive videos for each and every vault. Do I really want to kind of summarize those videos? I probably should do it just from a channel, a health perspective. But I've been putting it off, mainly because I kind of wanted to see what new vaults were created in subsequent Fallout games and the show. But yeah, I should probably do it. Tim Tao says, "Hi Ox, have you ever tried Fever Meme?" Fever Meme? It's a game. 2025, very positive reviews. This game is a cross between Stanley Parable, Undertale, and rage games like I Want to Be the Guy. And the deeper you get, the less the fourth wall is respected. The game is a parody of game design and laughs on the surface, but there is a deeper and darker story to this game's origin to unravel. Okay. Well, it's worth considering. Never heard of it until now. Thank you so much. Jocelyn Ryan says, "Are we going to get the full comprehensive vault vid before the Cole Phelps retrospective?" Okay, I'm not going to do the Cole Phelps retrospective, okay? I'm just not going to do it. It's been too long. I'd have to go through and watch all of my old LA Noire videos to remember what I wanted to say about Cole Phelps, because the moment has passed. Like, there was a moment when I was doing my series on LA Noire where I had this profile video that I wanted to do about Cole Phelps, but I never got around to it because I was so focused on Fallout, and now I don't even remember the story of Cole Phelps. So, yeah, that moment's gone. Sorry, Jocelyn. It's not going to happen. Robert Anderson says, "Ox, do you prefer the PT Scotches of the Islay region or the smoother ones from the Highlands?" I like both. I have a really diminished sense of taste and smell. I can't smell anything practically, and because of that, my sense of taste is diminished as well. And for that reason, I really enjoy the powerful Islay Scotches because at least I can tell that it's Scotch. So... but I also like the fact that I can drink a Highland Scotch and my mouth isn't burning afterwards. So they're both good for their own reasons. Gunfu Panda says, "Have you considered playing any Final Fantasy games or Silent Hill, my personal favorite?" I played a little bit of Silent Hill on the channel. I think I finished a Silent Hill game a couple of years ago, and then I played one episode of the most recent Silent Hill game that came out last year. As for Final Fantasy, no, that's not really my bag. I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII back in the 90s when it came out, when I was a kid, and I played the snot out of that and Final Fantasy Tactics. The soundtrack to Final Fantasy Tactics, to this day, is, in my opinion, one of the best video game soundtracks that has ever been created. That and the soundtrack for Chrono Cross. Those two game soundtracks are just stunning and amazing. But in terms of, actually enjoying the game, I'm a very different person than I was when I was a teenager in the 90s. And I really don't think that I could enjoy playing a Final Fantasy game in this frame of mind. So I probably won't be tackling Final Fantasy at any point. NMC Bug says, "Hey Ox, would the Republic of Dave count as a political religion in Fallout?" Because I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. It's got a cult of the leader, which you could say is a religion, but it's also got politics. He seceded from the wasteland and created his own nation. I suppose that would be a political religion in Fallout. Yeah, Liar Bird says, I rediscovered your content around 3 years ago thanks to The Whistling Man. I'm a big whistler and the algo knows. I know you have many recommendations, but I'd love to see you play Gods Will Be Watching. Gods Will Be Watching. A minimalistic point-and-click thriller centered on despair, commitment, and sacrifice as players face intriguing puzzles and tough decisions that will affect their entire crew's well-being. Published in 2014 to mixed reviews. I mean, it's interesting. It's a side-scroller pixelated game. I've played few of those on the program, but it does look interesting. Gods will be watching. Perhaps it's something I should try at some point. Kenny Allen on Facebook says, I've lost my taste for Scotch. I'm a bourbon guy now. Got an interview tomorrow morning, so I can't stay tonight. Hoping I get the job. Good luck to you, Kenny. We're all rooting for you. Crossing my fingers. Struck says, have you 100% completed any of the Fallout games? I'm sure I have. I haven't really checked, though. How do you know if you've 100% completed a game? I play on PC. Is 100% completing a game like a console thing? Like you get a notification, congrats, you completed everything. Now do it all again. Is that what happens on consoles? Because I'm strictly a PC only gamer. Jordan Smith says, hey Ox, I have jokingly told my friends that the most powerful item in Fallout New Vegas is Ringo's Caravan deck. Why is the Caravan vendor loop not more popular? I think because Caravan itself it's a difficult game to wrap your head around. Once you understand the mechanics, it's easy. And it's fun to play, and you can make a lot of money doing it, particularly if you have good luck. But the initial trying to figure it out takes time. And most people who are playing the game for the first time, they want to get into the gunfights. They want to get new armor and new guns. They want to continue the story and explore. They don't want to sit and play a card game, right? My guess is that that's why it's not as popular as it could be. Pickles the Junkyard Cat says, hey, Oxhorn, just got engaged about 3 weeks ago. And for your goal, it's so hard to think of something you haven't covered in Fallout. You're just that good at your job. Love you. Pickles the Junkyard Cat, so kind. Thank you very much for your kind words. Yeah, I mean, that's my struggle. But thankfully, I do have a list of ideas for content to do in the future, but more than my content. So my content aside, every week people come with new and interesting questions about the Fallout universe. And that's what today's broadcast is about. If you have any questions about the Fallout universe that you would love answered, I will do my best to do so. Johnny Blazes says, damn, Ox, it makes me really sad to know that by the time a new Fallout game releases, you might not be around. I'll always love your Fallout vids and personality. Do I look like I'm about to die? Is that what you're saying, Johnny Blazes? Are you saying that I look like I'm on death's door? Because I might not be around when the next Fallout game is released? I mean, even if it takes 10 years... I'm only 44. I'm gonna live another 10 years, guys. I realize that I'm fat, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna die tomorrow. My heart is fine. I regularly go to the doctor. I'm not gonna die anytime soon. I'm gonna be here for a while. But thanks, I guess. I'm glad you appreciate my content and that you're already contemplating the loss in your life once I'm dead. Oh my god. Yes, I do hope to see a new Fallout game before I die, and I'm confident that I will. Brother Mike says, have you played the Kingdom Come Deliverance games? I haven't. I've had them recommended. I've had all of them on my list for quite some time. They're apparently really great games, but I haven't actually played them yet. Tony J says, you make yourself look older than you are, Ox? Do I look older than I am? What is it about my look that makes me look older than I am? Is it the beard? Is it the obesity? What is it? The glasses? I don't know. Starstruck says, on an Xbox, you get a percentage bar that only reaches 100% if you've completed every single achievement, aka completing the game. Can I have your hat? You cannot have my hat. My hat is my hat, and it has developed a lovely one-of-a-kind patina, which I hope to keep for quite some time. But I got my hat from a website called MikeTheHatter.com years ago, 20 years ago, something like that. So don't know if they still exist, but that's where I got the hat. And yeah, okay, that makes sense. I don't play the Xbox, so I've never seen that percentage bar. Ned Carlsberg says, how to scare Vault 32 dwellers. Step 1, Canadians. Yeah, that's the way to scare Vault 32 dwellers, especially if they learn their overseer is a Canadian. Deuteronomous says, I think it's the shirt. It's a Homer Simpson shirt, short sleeve with a collar. This is a Guayabara shirt. This is a 100% linen summer shirt. It's extremely comfortable. It wicks away moisture. The summer, it's the end of April. The sun is coming out. It's starting to get hot. You need to wear linen, everybody. Linen will change your life. I don't think we've ever had this conversation. But if you don't have linen sheets for your bed, stop everything. Drop what you're doing. Go get linen sheets for your bed. Oh my God. It'll change your life. If you don't have any linen shirts for summer, stop what you're doing. Go get yourself some linen shirts. Long sleeve, short sleeve, doesn't matter. Linen. It's all about the linen. This is not a Homer Simpson shirt. This is a Guayabara linen summer shirt. Tony J. Screw you, Tony. Screw you, Tony. You're just trying to troll me is what you're doing. He says glasses, old man hat, old man shirt, and a beard makes me look older. Is that if you weren't such a long-time viewer, you'd be done. I'd be like, nope, I'm booting you. Tony J says, Ox, I ain't lying. You know what? Okay, brutal honesty. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take the brutal honesty. I'm sure it comes from a place of love, right? Is that it, Tony J? It comes from a place of love. But I'm serious about the linen. Linen sheets and linen shirts for summer. You'll thank me later. Jocelyn Ryan says, I turn around for 1 minute and it goes all Martha Stewart hour. I'm not talking about fragrances yet. But linen changed my life. Oh my God. Linen pillowcases. Oh, it's just the best. Caden Monroe says, Oxhorn, I really have to know, man, what's your favorite Fallout New Vegas ending? It's hard because now that I know what the canonical endings probably are for Fallout New Vegas, it's hard for me to choose something that I know isn't canon. But my favorite endings are the NCR endings for Fallout New Vegas. And I published a video on this. I published a video many years ago on why I chose to side with the NCR, and in that video, I explained my reasoning behind everything. So I'd recommend going and watching that. But I published that video after I went through the entire House storyline, the entire Legion and Yes Man storylines, and the entire NCR storyline. And I recognized the failures and flaws within the NCR, but explained why I still chose them anyway. Why I still think that they were the best hope for the Mojave. It's sad to know that that wasn't what happened, but that's what I would have chosen. Josh Bunton says, Ox, it's the mod's jobs to tease the streamer every once in a while. I suppose that's true. Between you and Tony, I think I'll have all the teasing I need. Tony J says, you can't get rid of me. I'm an immortal goblin sent on this earth to plague all the Fallout channels. I suppose if that's true, then I guess I'm stuck with you, Tony and Josh. Brother Mike says, if you could be a voice actor in a future Fallout game, what would you want to be? I mean, of course, I would love to be like a soul survivor or a vault dweller or a lone wanderer. If we have a voiced protagonist, wouldn't that be cool? But realistically, listening to my voice and thinking where it best fits in the Fallout universe, probably a radio host. I think that my voice would probably be good for a radio host. There's not a lot of narrating in Fallout, aside from the very beginning, which is done by Ron Perlman, and that should never change. I don't want his job. He should do it forever. I think I have a really good narrator's voice. I have a good radio voice. I can do a few characters, but that's where my voice strengths lie. So that's probably where I would fit into the Fallout universe if I was ever hired to do voice acting. Spartan says, do you think Bethesda hates or at the very least dislikes Fallout New Vegas? No, I don't. I don't know where that rumor came from because it's patently not true. Fallout New Vegas made them a ton of money. Fallout New Vegas has enlivened their fan base. It's given them a ton of merchandise to sell. And it's a game that many of the people who now work at Bethesda, who were fans of the game before working at Bethesda and were introduced to the franchise through Fallout New Vegas, love, right? So no, absolutely not. Bethesda has never hated Fallout New Vegas, has never been envious of what Obsidian achieved with Fallout New Vegas, and if anything, celebrates Fallout New Vegas as a feather in their cap. Oh, that's a sign I need to trim my beard. Trim my mustache. When my smoke rings get destroyed like that, it means I need to trim my mustache. Steven Zalambo says, are you going to play High on Life 2? The salesman is back to sell jars demonetization, lol. No, probably not. High on Life 1 was interesting. I'm glad I played it. It was a trip. And there were moments in the game where I was kind of regretting my decision to live stream that game. But I am glad I played it. I don't think I want to play a sequel, though. So no, I probably won't play High on Life 2. Brother Mike says, I don't get the idea of Bethesda not liking New Vegas. It's made them loads of money and kept long-term fans hooked for years. Yeah, I mean, that's the answer right there. It's been a net positive for the Bethesda Corporation. They would be insane to have some sort of animosity towards New Vegas. I think the seed of the argument is less about the success of the game and more about professional jealousy towards Obsidian that they were able to make a game like Fallout New Vegas that some fans think is infinitely superior to anything Bethesda would make. And for jealous reasons, Bethesda somehow hates Fallout New Vegas and tries to hide it or something, which is not true. Bethesda has never done anything to demote New Vegas or decanonize it or hide it from sales or anything like that. They've never come out publicly and said anything against Fallout New Vegas or Obsidian. This is a complete fabrication within the minds of people who think that Bethesda must harbor some ill will against Obsidian for making Fallout New Vegas. And it's a fantasy. It's a complete fantasy that has been generated in the minds of these people. It's not true. Kaden Monroe says, hey, Ox, are you hopeful for the rumored Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remasters? Yes and no. I'm hopeful in that I would love to see them done, but realistically, I don't think they will be. I think that the rumor is more fan-driven than company-driven. I don't know of very many actual journalists who are beating the drums of a Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remaster, as if they have some sort of insider information that it is actually happening. There have been a couple of things that have hinted at remasters, mainly due to placeholder files that have been uploaded to the Xbox, during certain updates to Fallout 4 and things like that. Is that enough evidence to conclude that they're actively working on those remasters? I don't know. Now, they had great success with the Oblivion remaster. It was a huge success, and that's a great thing for us because it means that they're more likely to make a Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remaster since Obsidian Remastered was such a huge success. But do we have any evidence they're actually doing that? No. Does it make business sense for them to do that? Yeah. But has Bethesda ever done anything to make business sense? No. If they were making business sense, they would have released a Fallout 5, recently. It's been 10 years, over 10 years since Fallout 4. And we still don't have a Fallout 5. They're busy with Elder Scrolls. They got sidetracked by Starfield, and we still don't have a new Fallout game. And we're in the middle of the Fallout Renaissance with the Fallout TV show. Now is the time to release a Fallout game. Strike while the iron is hot, but nothing. Crickets. Wax Pen Champion says, your swag is too hard. Sorry, I try to keep that hidden. Thank you, Wax Pen. Cheers. Soul Dog says, Obsidian devs still haven't handed the source code of New Vegas over yet, to my current knowledge. So we had this conversation last week, and apparently that rumor has begun circulating due to something that Chris Avallone, a former Obsidian employee who worked on Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, and briefly on Fallout New Vegas, said during an interview. The problem is that Chris Avallone hasn't worked at Obsidian for a very long time. And he doesn't know what Oblivion has done since he's left Oblivion. Could Oblivion... I'm sorry, did I say Oblivion? I meant Obsidian. Could Obsidian have given the source code to Bethesda at any point since Chris Avallone left Obsidian? Yeah. Is it possible that Obsidian would keep the source code from Bethesda now that both Obsidian and Bethesda are owned by Microsoft? No. It's impossible that they would be keeping the source code from Bethesda if their parent company needs them to give the source code to Bethesda in order to make a remaster, so that the parent company can make money. The idea that somehow Obsidian lost the source code is inconceivable, and that they would keep it from their brothers because they're owned by the same company is also inconceivable. So I realize that rumor is going around, but just bear in mind where it's coming from. It's coming from a former Obsidian employee who hasn't worked at Obsidian for the better part of a decade. Okay? A decade or more. Tony J says source code for Vegas, but it was based off of Fallout 3 clearly, so it would have source code hidden from Bethesda. My argument is that, Bethesda would have been privy to the source code throughout the creation of Fallout New Vegas. Like, it's not like... I don't think it's a situation where Obsidian had Fallout New Vegas on their private computers that were password locked with, fingerprint, protections or something like that, and Bethesda didn't have access. They were constantly contributing to it, to the process. Like, Obsidian was in constant communication with Bethesda during the creation of Fallout New Vegas, to the point where when they had storyline beats that they wanted to get approved, Bethesda would sometimes shoot them down. For example, they thought that they were going to make a canonical ending to the She in San Francisco, and Bethesda said, no, we might want to do something with the She in San Francisco in the future. Don't do that, right? So they were involved in the process of making Fallout New Vegas, limitedly, right? They didn't actually make anything. They weren't creatively involved, but they talked with Obsidian during the creation of Fallout New Vegas, and they shared assets from Fallout 3 with Obsidian in order to make New Vegas. So the idea that they were somehow prevented from gaining the source code to begin with seems odd to me, but it was a former developer of Obsidian who started this rumor, and there is some credence there. The idea that they wouldn't at any point have shared the source code since then is hard to imagine. Jocelyn Ryan says, well, Ox, time for us to hit the hay here. Glad I was able to stay up and play a bit in the chat. Hi and bye to all from me and Matthew. Cheers all. Good night, Matthew and Jocelyn Ryan. Congratulations again on being cancer-free. It's good to see both of you again after so long. They've been viewers for a very long time, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Tony J says, Avalon has done good work, but sad to hear more and more he's turning bitter. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I've been getting, and it's really weird. Like, I've been a fan of Chris Avalon for a very long time. I really enjoyed what he did in Fallout 2. I enjoyed the sense of humor that he brought to Fallout Tactics. Planescape Torment was a huge success. I've never played it, but from everything I've read about it, it was just a huge hit, right? So he was, back in the early 2000s, this big star in the game development world. And he had a huge career. He was going places until his career kind of floundered during the Me Too movement. He was falsely accused of misconduct, and he won some court cases to defend himself. But it seems like since then, since his return to social media, that he's kind of become a bit bitter. Is it because his career hasn't recovered from the false allegations during the We Too movement? I really don't know. I've never interviewed the guy. I've never met the guy. I've never talked with the guy. But every now and then we'll hear something from him that just sounds kind of cynical and bitter. And it's sad to see. Sad to see. Arthur Wigglesby says, wild thought, but I'll take the word of a guy who worked there at the time over a matter of fact, I know better disagreement 16 years later. I don't disagree that at the time, they probably didn't share the source code with Bethesda. But that was 16 years ago, and Chris Avalon hasn't worked for Obsidian for a very long time, and we don't know what has happened since then. And I think it's very unlikely that the source code has been kept from Bethesda. I'm telling you what I think is likely and unlikely. And my opinion is that it's unlikely that two companies owned by the same parent company would keep anything from each other if it meant that the parent company would make more money. That's just plain business. So, believe what you want, but I think that's the most likely explanation. Austin L says, please let me know what you think about Thaddeus becoming a centaur. I know that many people have thought that he's becoming a centaur, but the problem is that a centaur is an amalgam of many creatures. Centaurs were created when creatures, by happenstance, wandered into the Mariposa military base and fell into the vats filled with the Master's FEV. They sort of melded together and became creatures known as centaurs. And that's not what happened to Thaddeus. Thaddeus took a chem. He breathed in some sort of inhalant chemical that might be some form of FEV, but he didn't combine with any other creature. He was never a flatworm, so he can't be a floater. He never merged with wild dogs and hawks and mongrels and pigs from the wasteland. He was his own person. He was just exposed to a certain chemical in a weird way. And the only thing on Fallout lore that has a similar story is Harold, because Harold likewise was exposed to FEV, but in a weird way. He didn't get dunked like the Master did in the Mariposa military base. He got hit by some sort of crane and kind of got splashed by FEV. It was like a mild dose of FEV. There was environmental FEV that his body absorbed, but he didn't get exposed in the same way that the Master did. And then he became the tree-like creature that we all know and love from Fallout. And that's kind of what happened with Thaddeus, because he didn't get dunked the way a super mutant get dunked. Instead, his lungs got exposed to FEV, which is why I think he's becoming a unique mutant, something unknown to the Fallout universe, kind of like Harold is unique. And the developers have long said that Harold is Harold, and that's what he is. He's just a one-of-a-kind, unique mutant. I did a profile video on Harold a couple of months ago that I encourage you to watch, and I think Thaddeus is going down that route. Starstruck says, I've been watching your videos since I was in middle school. I hope you never stop making Fallout videos because they've gotten me through tough times in life. Staying up to see your live at 1 a.m. was worth it. Thank you very much, Starstruck. I appreciate it, my friend. Brandon Beltfed says, what hurts worse? Childbirth? Something I've never felt, so I don't know. Or a kick in the balls? Oh, it's a joke. Okay. You're not asking. This is a joke. Sorry. Let me start again. This is a joke, everybody. What hurts worse? Childbirth or a kick in the balls? A kick in the balls, obviously. Never heard anyone ask for a second kick. There are so many logical things there. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. You get something from childbirth. You get a child, right? What do you get from a kick in the balls? Nothing. That's why nobody asks for it again. Ugh. Brother Mike says, why would they waste Thaddeus on a centaur when he could show up in the future games and be the new, more silly Harold, especially with how much screen time? Yeah, I think it would be a waste if he simply became a centaur. I think he would be much more entertaining as a character and interesting from a lore perspective if he evolved into a more meaningful mutant with, his own kind of story. Caden Monroe says, hey there, Ox. What's your take on the inconsistency of feral ghouls? Sometimes they seem to be mindless zombies, but other lore suggests they remember their past lives and can act with purpose. Well, I'm going to keep an eye out for future comments from you because I think I need clarification. I I'm racking my brain, and I can't think of a moment in any of the Fallout games where a feral ghoul could remember its past life and act with purpose. I mean, if you go to that mansion in Fallout 4, oh, what was it called? It was on the eastern side by Salem. If you go to the mansion in Fallout 4, you find an entire story where a man's family turned feral and he locked them in the basement. And he would go down to the basement and try to talk to them. And they wouldn't attack him because he was a ghoul, but he never talked. Or I'm sorry, they never talked to him. They didn't seem to be able to follow directions from him. They didn't understand. Croup Manor. Thank you, Mila. It was Croup Manor. Yeah, the story in Croup Manor is that a ghoul and his entire family, his family started to turn feral, so he locked them in a basement to keep them safe to prevent them from killing other people. But they lost their minds, and no matter what he did, he couldn't reignite the spark of memory within any of them. So you'll have to let me know if there was ever an instance in Fallout lore where feral ghouls exhibited the ability to actually remember their past lives, because I don't think that has ever happened. Ghouls have before they've gone feral, but once they go feral, I think that's it. And I think the Fallout lore has been pretty consistent with that. Deuteronomus says ferals have been seen to not attack feral ghouls. Yeah, that's true. And I think that's simply due to the fact that feral ghouls don't attack each other. And a feral ghoul is having a hard time distinguishing from a feral and a non-feral ghoul. I don't think it's because they've got some sort of kindred or they remember some sort of shared experience or something like that. Joseph Wolf says, hello, Oxhorn. A long time no see. I've been busy working on my Rumble channel, filming video game videos. Well, congratulations, Joseph Wolf. It's tough being a content creator sometimes, especially when you're trying to establish yourself. So I appreciate the hustle. I respect the hustle. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend. And I'm glad you're here. Aldrich Rain says, do we know the canonical ending for Harold? No, we don't. But I'm going to say that with a caveat. I'm going to put a pin in that because there is a Fallout game that was released to the East only. It was called Fallout Shelter Online. It was released to Eastern markets only. So Americans and Europeans, people in the West, we never got access to it. But in that game, which takes place between the events of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, Harold shows up and he makes an appearance. And if that happens, it means that the Lone Wanderer decided to put the salve over his heart to cause him to bloom more. He sided more with the wife rather than the husband of the tree minders. But the problem with that is that Fallout Shelter Online also has characters in it that you can play, that you gain access to from other Bethesda titles, like Doom and the Elder Scrolls, which means that they conflate IPs, which means that it's not a canonical game. So if it's not a canonical game, then that ending for Harold isn't set in stone, which means we don't really know what happened to Harold at the end of Fallout 3. Psycow says, Oxhorn, in the Kitty Kingdom, the ferals listen and obey Oswald. I mean, kind of. But first of all, Oswald's a ghoul, right? So we already know that feral ghouls don't attack other ghouls, and they're prone to be violent anyway. And if Oswald is attacking any human in the Kitty Kingdom, Are we saying that the ferals are attacking too because they're following orders? Or are they attacking because they're ferals and that's what ferals do? There's one instance in the Kitty Kingdom where Oswald is talking with the feral ghoul, but the ghoul just stands there and he doesn't do anything. Oswald does a lot of talking as if the feral ghoul is understanding him, but we get no indication from the feral ghoul that the feral ghoul is understanding him. It could just be this is Oswald's way of keeping sane over 200 years by talking with the former friends and family that he's lived with for 200 years that have all turned feral. It's a coping mechanism for Oswald, not necessarily an actual conversation being taken place between a feral ghoul and a non-feral ghoul. Now, yes, Oswald, as a glowing one, does have the ability to resurrect feral ghouls, as do all glowing ones. They all have that ability. But the idea that he can control them, that he can send them at somebody to do his bidding, I don't know if we have enough evidence to believe that. Antonio Ascension says, "Hey Ox, I got a gift dilemma. Give my niece for her 12th birthday a deluxe Hobbit edition I bought or my old copy in case she doesn't care about it." Well, I mean, that is a very strong dilemma, and I guess the answer is going to be how much emotional attachment does your niece have to your own personal old copy? Did you read it to her as a child? Like, does she recognize that copy? Has she held it? Has she read it? Is that book itself important to her? If it is, then just give her the old book, because it's going to be more important and meaningful to her as a child to think that her uncle or her aunt gave it to her, and it's going to be something that she remembers forever. So just give it to her. If the actual physical copy of the book isn't what's important and the story is what's important, then just buy her a really special edition of The Hobbit that she can make her own, that she can write inside, that she can cherish as her own. I think that would probably be the best bet. Oh my gosh, I'm overtime. Holy cow, none of you stopped me. I'm 13 minutes over time and nobody in the chat stopped me to play the game. Okay, well, it's time. It's time to play the game. Let me move the chat on over and we're going to focus on the game now. Let's fire it up. Now, I hope it kept my progress. That's the thing. If it didn't keep my progress, then today's broadcast is going to be very short. Okay. OSM Red Eye on Twitch says, "It's been a very long time since I've seen the video, but I do vaguely remember Ox doing some quest for some scientist and got a feral ghoul mask, and it made feral ghouls non-aggressive unless he got too close to them." That was the 10 Penny Tower quest in Fallout 3. Well, it was actually siding with Roy Phillips, the ghoul in the Warrington tunnels. If you side with him, he gives you a mask that you can wear that makes feral ghouls think that you're a ghoul. So there's very little intelligence going on. They have eyes and they can see. And if you look like a ghoul, even if you're wearing a mask, they think you're a ghoul and they don't attack you. But that's as far as it goes. It's not like they have conversations with you and they become your best buddy. No, they just recognize you and they leave you alone. All right, continue. Where am I? I so forgot. I so forgot what we were doing. One Metal Fist says, Oxhorn, we just got Starfield on the PlayStation 5. Should I wait for a good sale or buy it at full price? That's a really tough call. I enjoyed the game, and I feel like I got a good $60 worth of enjoyment out of it. I built lots of ships. I explored a galaxy. I got to know characters. I enjoyed the story. It wasn't my favorite story, but it was an enjoyable story. I thought it was a good game. I probably wouldn't replay the game, so it doesn't have a lot of replay value for me personally, even though I know that there are a lot of other people who see the replay value in a kind of game that's got a New Game Plus mode where things in the universe change, and yet you have to do all of the same things you already did to get those changes to trigger. That doesn't appeal to me, but for many people that does appeal to them. So it's kind of like, what are you looking for in a game? I enjoyed it, and I'm happy I paid the full price for it. It was worth it to me. But I don't know about you. Okay, let's see. I forgot what we were doing the last time I was here. Oh yeah, we had 3 doors to choose from, and I think we have to go into each one first. Oh, this was the bad one. There was one that I really liked. Gnosis through pain. I think we have to do all 3 of them, but I'm going to choose the one I like first, just in case. Gnosis through void. Yeah, that's the one I liked. And then there was a guy over here that we talked to, but that's when I crashed. That's when my broadcast ended. Let's see if he'll talk to us again. The ancient script carved in rotten flesh reveals the following. The desire of titans. Amid Necrophosis, in damage and despair, an ancient breed of organisms began their transmutation. Within the depths of their overwhelming physiology, a framework was formed, with designs strong and expansive enough to aid the cycle of creation and nurture its relentless drive to shape life. Each cognition, a temple that mirrors the will of creation. Though still decaying and subject to the curse, the designs within remain beyond the reach of chaos. What is going on over there? Those are some long-legged fellows. This is the dude we talked to. Hello, dude. Blessing of creation required. All right. So he won't talk to us again. We got to go into these portals and find a blessing of creation. This is the one I liked. Gnosis through devotion. Devotion is the guiding force of creation. It shapes one's life and brings meaning and purpose to existence. This is most felt throughout the world beyond, a cryptic domain where the choir of the forefathers refuses to fade, as strugglers continue their pilgrimage in undeath. The purest souls, who have yet to lose themselves to necrophosis, find their way to this realm, where the weight of torment is shared among brethren through burning times. This realm will bestow creation with the spirit necessary to forge a resilient and passionate existence. Yeah, that's the one I wanted. Let's do that. What is that? What? What is he pulling open? Oh my god. Okay. It's a portal. We'll go back there later. For now, let's look around at this weird place. Oh, we got an invisible wall. Oh man. Wow, look at that. See what I mean? This game the art is so creative. Just the imagination that had to go into conjuring all these images is really well done. Whoa. Okay, let's see if we can talk to the big face. Hi. The face in the stone stirs, its voice a tremor in the something air. It speaks an obscure dialect, its echoes thick with time. Among the indecipherable sounds, faint meanings emerge. Endless, fractured, silence, hunger, devour, remade. You're gonna look at me? Yep, you're gonna follow me. Yeah, he's gonna follow me. Alright. Hello? You want a hug? Let's hug. No, you want something. Okay, so he wants 2 items. Let's see if we can find them. Oh, we can't go over there. Okay, let's see this pyramid thing. Ew. Ew. And this wants 2 brains. Okay, so we gotta put 2 brains in the pyramid. Oh, 3. Oh, I can control this one. Oh, dear. Burdened by entombed bodies, the structure remains unmoving. Okay, so it looks like I have to unburden it in order to move it. Oh, hello. The Red Prophet lifts its arms in a sacred rite, presenting his chosen subject with pride. Okay, am I gonna take your brain? Yeah. No, I'm gonna take your entire body. What? What do I do with this guy? Alright. I've got his chosen subject. What do I do with him? I can't... What's this? Empty vial of unlife. Jeez. I hope I find everything I need in here and I don't have to go from world to world to find all of the pieces necessary. Ah! Oh, sorry, did I disturb your giblets? The giant speaks in an unknown tongue, yet the words echo with strange familiarity. Fragments resemble agony, despair, cycle, prison, death, rebirth. Okay, we got some brains. No, that's a coin. With a face on it. Whoa, that is trippy. And that... Oh, it's a spider skull. Isn't that lovely? Okay, we've got a spider skull now. What else can we get? Hey, dude. Oh, what is this? There's the brain. He wants me to put something in his hand. Lonely one denies even the self. The body is stuck. Thoughts suffocate, struggle within. Damaged and rotted, a mind left to waste. Oh no. Accept finality? What is this? What is going on? We're gonna twist this kid's head until all of his fingers open up, and I wasted a human brain on him. Okay, well, I did something. Great. What is this now? A lingering silence stretches before unintelligible sounds fill the air, broken by words that barely form. Hand me final body in view, I withstand visions, outer gods. Oh, so this is the dude we give the body to. No. Nope. Okay, well, we gotta give something to that dude, too. Can we go back this way? We can. So, that's if we need to go back. Well, jeepers. There we go. Chew him up. Stillborn, the creation lacks essence. Okay, well, that did something, I guess. All right, one key down. Right, well, we need a brain. We need another token. Did we see these guys over here? Yeah, he gave me something earlier. Consumed by vast decay. We can't get to that dude. Okay. Well, we may need to leave. I think we did what we can. There we go. Obsession and grief leave no room for thought. And another brain. Okay, the last time I gave this guy a brain, he destroyed it, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's go back to the pyramid. We needed that. Still not working. Entombed by bodies. All right, let's put the brain there. Let's put that brain there. Nope, we can't. Crap. Am I not going to be able to do this because I destroyed one of the brains? Oh no, did I make a mistake and feed the brain to the thing? I need one more coin for that. Okay, where do I put the spider brain? I fed the body to this dude. Did he give me a brain? No. Where do I put the spider skull? Nope, not there. Maybe I have to go into some of the other universes in order to finish the puzzle. Because I'm not seeing any other brains. Right. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. The final form must be brought forth. Well, maybe I messed this one up. Let's leave and try something else. The passage lies sealed. Okay. We can't go back. Great. Great. Wonderful. I've got one little doodad left, and I don't know where to put it. I've tried everything. Can I give it to this guy? I can't. Aha! There we go. I'm doing something. I don't know what it is, but I'm doing something. Let's project our essence. There we go. Nice. Okay. I've got a soul. What do I do with it? Do I give it to the dude to chew up? Or do I put it down as a coin? I don't think I can put it down as a coin. I think I missed my ability to get another coin. I shouldn't have given the body to that guy to chomp up. I should have put it there. Alright, well, I guess we give him the soul. Unless we can give him the coin. No. We give him the soul, then he gives us a coin. No. What does he give us? Oh. Oh, delightful. Yes. All right, well, we know where this goes. Goes over here. We lay the body on your altar. Oh, dear. Okay, now what? I'm blessing madness. Pretty. Okay, the portal opens. We can leave. Okay. Well, I got an eyeball. Let's give it to the dude over here. I think this is the one I wanted. Not sure why. But let's see what happens if we give it to him. Here you go. Got an eyeball. There's one. Okay. He needs more. All right, we get to do the others as well. One down. Let's do the middle one. Oh, open wide, guy. Just spread it. Oh, just pull it open and spread it. There we go. Oh, it's a black hole. Okay. Oh, it's so dark. We're in like an alien world. A voice without sound reverberates through the void. It is not heard but felt, the whisper of gravity itself, cold and inescapable. Time, existence, consciousness, all ends in me. Well, yeah, you're a black hole. Of course it all ends in you. Let's go clockwise. Clockwise we go. And what have we here? Something goes there, and something lies here. It's like a body. Alright. Here's another body. Alright. So we've got two bodies. I put something there that does not look like a body. So we're going to be doing some trading. They need an orb. He needs an orb. He needs a brain! Oh. Well, there's some orbs. Oh, we're getting all the eyeballs today. Just those two? Okay, here we go. One. Looks like I could put a body in there, too. Looks like I could put a body in there. But I've only got two bodies. 3. 4. Okay, 4 body slots, only 2 bodies. What am I missing? Okay. Oh, there they are. Okay, I see them now. They were in the maw of the great creature. Okay, this puzzle is easy compared to the last one. Alright, 4 bodies. 1. Denied the end of my nothing. Two. Perpetual torment, the false devoured. Okay. 3. Endless one, creep. creator before me. And finally, 4. Use my grace, end it all. Okay, we've got a giant pyramid staff now. And the portal is open again. Okay. Right, well, let's go give this guy his staff.
Okay. There's a what? There's down. That's the last one. Well, we got the staff. Let's go give it to the dude. That's what he needs. Oh, there's a horseman out there. I didn't notice before. That was the guy who met us in the last broadcast. Okay. It's a slow walk. We got time. We can smoke a cigar. Doo-doo-doo. Just enjoy the scenery. It's nice. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, I got your staff. You shall not pass much. There we go. Now, we need to give you a brain. Let's go to the red one. Let's get him a brain.
Here I come. Gulp.
Look closely. Do you recognize it, little spark? This hollow vessel, this brain, it was once you. A fragment of the single consciousness that birthed all things. You scattered yourself to light the void, to fill it with life. And in doing so, you destroyed everything you were. That is your curse. This brain I hold is a remnant of your last cycle, one of many. Dead, but not meaningless. I claimed it. After your final breath ignited the stars and splintered your mind into countless souls. Every being that has ever existed, they are all you. And when the universe dies, you are born again, bound to repeat the same act. Always giving, always fading. You seek this remnant of yourself, but tell me, little creator, do you know what must be done to bring the universe into being once more? You must destroy yourself again. The single consciousness must shatter so that countless others may exist. You are the vessel, the seed, the sacrifice. This realm is a key, a prison bound by the curse of Necrophosis. Free me, and you will have what you came for, and I will become the agony that is spare, the pain of every conscious being yet to exist.
Well, sounds like a rough gig. So I'm a god, I guess, and I created everything by fragmenting my mind. But I need to do it again? Alright. And you're gonna take on all the pain of the world? Okay, is that a brain in your head? Can I take that? No, lady? Alright. Well, I need a brain to give it to the gatekeeper, dude. Oh. Oh, okay. Nope, I need to put a brain in there. I see. Oh, we're gonna devastate that poor lady. Oh, we gotta get 3 brains to control these dudes. Okay, let's look around. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so which one do I control? The right or the left? The right or the left? Does it matter? Let's start with the left.
What? That's it?
I just made this guy do a fancy hand motion? Alright. Well, let's do this guy. Come on, Pyramid Head. Do a fancy hand motion.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. This all makes sense. This is all just building on top of each other. A logical sequence of events, this. There's the brain. Where'd you go, lady? Have you gone to become the pain of everything? Carve pain into existence so it may awaken its beauty. All right, and the portal is open. Okay. Here we go.
Huh. I got the brain. Hey, buddy.
Buddy, I got your brain. You want it?
The old ones have blessed you. Their whispers echo in the hollows of your soul. Only a vessel of worth could endure the madness that lies ahead. Go now and tread where lesser beings would unravel.
Oh. This looks like a trapdoor spider's butt. Have you seen that? If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a moment, Google trapdoor spider, and look at its butt. I'll give you a second while I puff on my cigar. That's what this looks like. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's a trapdoor spider butt. And I gotta, like, insert myself into it. Alright, here we go. Into the trapdoor spider butt. Oh, yeah. Oh, yuck. What is this? It's a person, but I'm in like the butt. What? I'm a giant trapdoor spider. Can I? Oh yeah, I'm knocking down all these leggy dudes. Die, leggy dudes. Open the seal of death. I guess we gotta do that at the very end. Here we go. We're making progress. This is plot, guys. We are making progress with the plot. I'm a giant trapdoor spider. I control it through the butt. I'm gonna knock down all of you leggy dudes. Die, leggy dudes. You don't need all those legs. Yeah, all the leggy dudes are dead. How'd I do? Oh, I can't turn around. All right. Time to get close to this thing, whatever this is, so we can open the seal of death. Open the seal of death. It is open. Let's go forth like a maggot into flesh. All right. Will of chaos. Okay, well, we tunneled through that. There's our train. Sub whatever that is. That was weird. Okay.
Behold, the bearer of rebirth, the dying ember that believes itself a sun. You have walked far, yet still you are not whole. A voice lost, a face shattered. Come closer, consciousness. Stand before us and rejoice, for even tools may bask in the presence of their makers. Look upon what you've become, a hollow echo. Scour the galleries of forgotten faces. Reclaim the shards of your old self, for even stars forget their names in time.
Alright, thank you for those instructions. I'm going to internalize them and make sense of them. Alright, let's start with this thing. Oh, it's a buddy block. Hey there, buddy block. It's like a pet rock from the 70s. Only it's a buddy block. and it wiggles. I'll take you. No, I gotta put it back. Peculiar strain of villainy, an offering to the one above gods. Okay, if you say so. All right, let me put my brain in. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a nasty totem. I'll put you back. The icon of chaos, defiler of life and death. So bad. I'm guessing that's bad. Let me put my brain in this. No. Oh! In the beginning, there was a voice. A word that bent the void into shape. But silence followed, and the void reclaimed its throne. It's like a partial mask. Okay. Alright, I take that with me. We got some throat singers in the background. Alright, tell me a story. The gods feared what they could not control. A force that spoke, and the cosmos obeyed. They called it blasphemy. They called it power. The face was not flesh, but a conduit. A vessel for the words that birthed stars. It was taken, and the stars dimmed. The mask was once a face, whole and unbroken, a voice that could unmake the gods themselves. Now it lies fractured, a relic of what was. Do we get a part? Yep, we get the brow. The brow of the mask. Take that, thank you. Take that, thank you.
Rejoice, for the husk has found a fragment of its forsaken self. Complete the pieces, wanderer, and tread the path that even gods fear to walk. But remember, even the path to divinity is paved with the bones of those who came before.
Okay.
Oh. And I'm wearing the mask. It's me, McWay. There we go. I am the creator person. My shards have been rejoined. It's time to shatter them again, I guess. What you got there? Want me to read that? Okay. Twisted by the winds of madness, the tablet bears this tale. Bane of creation. In fetid Morgana lies misanthropy, the shape of chaos. Despised by all, he stands as the emissary of decay and the founder of ruin. This chaos exists neither above nor below the cyclical laws. His form and theirs stretch across all dimensions, forever entwined in an endless dance of destruction and creation. I got a lot out of that, thank you. Moving on. Oh, there are tombstones everywhere. Look at that. Hey, it's like the face that was on my buddy block. But it's bigger. Something needs to go in the mouth. Is it me? No, I just need to lift it. Ooh. Oh, don't tell me I gotta crawl in there. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Make way, everybody. Oh, I'm going in the mouth. The divine execution.
The five have waited through endless cycles. Within this cursed skull lies the sealed consciousness of our ancient master. A force of maddened whispers and unspeakable chaos. Each cycle, the cosmos hungers for the raw, destructive power of unbridled madness. Without it, creation's delicate balance crumbles into decay. Your arrival rekindles a long-forgotten promise. Shatter the forces that confine him and let the primeval chaos rise once more to restore the universe's destined cycle.
Wait. So we're unleashing chaos on the universe? Because that's the natural order of things, I guess? Duh! That's a lot of teeth. That was like shark teeth. Alright, well, I mean, I don't have a choice. I'm kind of stuck here. Are you following me? Dude. Alright, well, stare if you want to. Okay, well, let's grab the skull. Here we go. He's got a tentacle mustache. Release. Go to chaos. Oh, it's Cthulhu. Oh no, we released Cthulhu. Unborn in death. Voracious devastation before creation. Yeah, well. So did I do good? Are you proud of me, everybody? He's alive now. It's Cthulhu. He's gonna do bad things. And I guess that's what you wanted. Alright. Well, let's go say hi. Okay. Oh. It's the unknowable God. Oh. I shall stand here betwixt your eggs. Hold on a second. Hold on. We got another puzzle. Falcon says, "Hey Ox, I wanna get into lore videos, kind of like you do. What would you recommend we start with? Or what would you recommend me start with?" Oh, hold on a second. We're being interrupted by this dude.
Long last, you have arrived. There is a seal, an ancient relic, once used to keep a great force locked in slumber. Long ago, others of my kind stole it to shape a universe of their own. A world that crumbled and turned to dust. The seal is lost now, scattered and forgotten. Find it, and I should claim what was torn from me.
Okay, gotta piece together a seal for you, dude. Sounds good. So my recommendation would be to find a game that you genuinely love and that you're not going to get tired of, you're not going to get bored with for quite some time. And my recommendation would be not to focus on just one game, which I realize is crazy because that's what I did. But what I've noticed is that Fallout is very unique, and that most YouTube channels find success by broadening their repertoire, so to speak, to find other games within the genre. So find a genre that you like, a type of game that you really like, that you can immerse yourself in, that you can delve into and uncover all of its secrets. And then, once you find something that you think you can work on repeatedly, every day, for weeks on end, forever, be consistent. Just start producing content. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. You're going to refine your process as you make videos. You don't have to have it figured out at the beginning. You're going to figure it out as you go along. Just make content. Publish it. Move on to the next piece. Publish it. Keep making content, and you will eventually find your voice. And then never stop. Forever. That's the job. Okay, let's piece together his thing. And, well, let's start with this brain. Oh, yeah, that's a skull on a spike. Yeah, let's take that skull on a spike. There's another one. Oh. Are you laughing at me, Cthulhu? Carnage etched into the tongue of death. Incarnate devastation, the oldest corpse. A tool wielded by the architect of decay, a force of pure destruction that tore through the cosmic tapestry, ushering in the defilement of all that existed. Eons of decay mark the beast, yet he lingers, for it is he who must bear witness to the final destruction. His will and that of creation are bound to the end, and from their union a shape shall rise. Oh, and from their union a shape shall rise, through which the tints of flesh will regain their splendor. Delightful. I'm just really enjoying the splendor here, especially with these pulsating eggs. Oh yeah, these pulsating eggs in these legged sockets that are just themselves in sockets. Just so many wonderful layers here. Just, All right, let's find more brains. Here we go. There's your head. One for you. One for you. Okay. Let's find more. Ooh. Ew. Oh, God. Gross. Aww. Oh, we gotta push him in. Yeah, there we go. Man. Filth festers and bulges until swallowed. Yeah, okay, well, there's that one. Yep, got it. Oh, great. Falcon says, I want to do Elder Scrolls like the locations in game or characters. I just don't know how to keep all that lore in your head, lol. I mean, I don't know either. It's just something you do. You sort of just immerse yourself in it, and you keep immersing yourself in it, and one day you realize that you've mostly got it memorized. What's this? Is this another... Oh, it's a token. Some sort of... Alright, I'll take the token. Celestiality cannot set the bounds of creation. Okay. Sure. Fine. Why not? Well, alright, let's set this one in there. Okay, I got a token. The prince still covers the broken. I like how these puzzles are just go to the opposite end of the room and pick up something and bring it to the other side of the room and give it to this creature that has been here for a millennia so he can give you his most prized possession, because apparently he couldn't do that. Dude lifted his skirt and I walked away with a skull. Great. Okay, here we go. Okay, now to birth these eggs, I guess. Here we go. So, what, are we going to pop these eggs open? Oh, no, I'm not going to like this. I'm really not going to like this, am I? Oh, it's like loading a cannon with eggs. No, man, don't. Here we go. Tune the instrument. Well, we got 3 more instruments to tune. I don't know why, but this is really grossing me out. All right, let's tune 3 more instruments here. We got the eggs on the spider pods. We got to kind of walk it over. Yeah. There we go. Let's crawl. Crawl. And over there. Now let's tune the instrument. Tune it. Apparently that did something. That's working, I guess. You like this? Jeez. One more. It can't just be one. That would be too short and the game wouldn't have enough content. So we needed 4. We needed 4 of these pulsating eggs to fit in the sockets. Because 1 wasn't enough. Let's tune the instrument. Here we go. I'm going to tune that instrument. Consider the instrument tuned. Are we good? We good, buddy? All right. I've tuned your instruments. I gave him the token. Let's stand on the platform and do our thing as a god. Bring forth the final destruction. Execute all there is. Oh, it's me? Cthulhu isn't gonna fly up and destroy the civilization. It's me? I'm going up in the elevator? Okay. Well, I'm gonna grab this. Let's go! Oh, I see the ocean. Wait, no, those are sand dunes. Those are sand dunes. Guess I gotta touch it. Let's touch it with our brain. Let there be light. And there was light. There was morning. There was evening. That's it! That's it! Oh, what an ending, man. I wanted to see all of creation destroyed, right? Because I was the god and I broke my mind in order to create everything, and then I had to put it back together. Now I gotta destroy it because that's the natural course, and I'm assuming that's the plot, because honestly I've been kind of struggling. Oh, here's the dude. Ren Vast Terul Epic Throat Singing. Man, that's what I want. If I ever get credit in a video game, I want it to be for epic throat singing. I can't do throat singing, so never mind. That's not going to happen. Wow, there were like 5 guys on that team. That was a really small team of dudes who made this game. Thank you for playing. That's it. We did it. What a game, man. Just, what a game. Crazy nonsense, but it's beautiful. Like, the art was great. I love just walking around and absorbing the landscapes and all of the huge, vast areas with the far distant things you could see. It was just beautiful in a creepy, gross kind of way. I'm not sure what the plot was. I'm still kind of confused on that, but we did good. I'm assuming that what we did was good. So we'll just leave it at that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for Scotch and Smoke Rings today. I'm going to go ahead and end things here. I'm going to get to work on my next lore video. I've been working on it a little bit today. I'm going to continue working on it this weekend. Hopefully have something for you next week or maybe the week after. It's a pretty ambitious project for me. But yeah, I've got a long list of ideas that I'm working on. If you've got any other questions about the Fallout universe that you couldn't share with me during the live stream, let me know in the comments of the broadcast once it's available on YouTube. But more than that, thanks for joining, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon with more lore videos and more live streams. Bye-bye now.